Good evening. Good evening. How y'all doing tonight? How you doing? Another episode of She Loves Thee podcast. Thank everybody for tuning in tonight. You know, this is one of those things where you got to pull together a breaking news live because I've been covering literally every single coaching switch up in the SWAC. I've been covering all of them. Alcorn, FAMU, Texas Southern. I've been covering everybody. And so what do I look like getting a text message that says that allegedly, let's put allegedly in the chat. I can't move on through this live without the alleged, okay? Allegedly, our defensive coordinator is headed to South Alabama. There we go. I see 1, 2, 3. I need at least 10. At least 10. Mr. Campbell's, the shambles is not hitting like you think it is. The shambles is not hitting like you think it is. And the reason for that is that I'm going to just, I don't know if I'll get flagged for playing this particular clip, but it's the truth. When today's announcement was made, and I'm not trying to be disrespectful. This is alleged, so it hasn't, an inside source close to the Jackson State football team announced or let it be known that our coach Bradley was on the premises today. He was on the premises today. But for anybody who, is crying about their head coach leaving and then their recruiter left and then the offensive coordinator left and then the defensive coordinator, everybody's leaving.
I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care.
Let me tell you something.
We don't care. I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care.
Let me tell you something.
We don't care.
We don't. It's not damaging to our program as you think. If it's true, okay? If it's true, it's not going to affect our program like the exodus of Coach Willie Simmons affected your program. And you know what? I'm not even trying to shade just FAMU. I don't want to do that. But Mr. Campbell, he is a representative of, the Snakes on the Plane that will be in Jackson, Mississippi this coming football season. So let me go ahead and share that too as well. Let me go share that. So this is where we are at after Prime left, after our defensive coordinator left, after our offensive coordinator left, after our athletic trainers left. Y'all go ahead and write some folks down in the chat who left Jackson State last year. Go ahead and drop who left their names, because I need a little help on who else left last year. So this is Jackson State at 131 after all those folks left. After Prime left, after his 4-star quarterback Shedeur Sanders left, student trainers left, 60 plus players left. And as of today, after 247 Sports updated, we're at 131. That's where we're standing at. Now let's go ahead and look and see where some of the other folks whose coaches didn't leave, or or whose coaches may have left. Let's see. We got Jackson State at 131. Campbell's coach left. Campbell, for every year that Mike Minter was at the head coaching position, they were always number one for the recruiting classes. So now they done dropped a couple notches. Okay, look Bethune. Hell, Wildcats done came up now. Now, Coach Woody, he's, he was one of the number one recruiters at the Power 5 level. Like, he was big. Okay, Grambling State. Coming in at 139, Grambling State. Dang. Let's see. Y'all see FAMU anywhere? Did I miss them? Let me hit the load more. I don't think I seen FAMU on there. They was... Uh-oh, look at Valley. Okay, here we got Valley at 152. We see you, Valley. Uh-oh, 154. We got Tennessee State coming in. Yeah, anybody seen FAMU? I ain't seen them. Has anybody seen them? Let me know, because I'm scrolling kind of fast. So if you see FAMU, please tell me to stop. Did I pass them? I had to have passed them. I know Valley ain't out recruiting FAMU. Ain't no way. North Carolina Central's at 178. Alabama State's at 179. All right, let's go back up. I had to have missed them. I had to have missed FAMU somewhere. Where they at? Damn. Did y'all see FAMU? Well, I know they Colorado at 117. Imagine being at 117. That's what you elevated. You elevated. How many more spots was that? 14 more spots? Lord, let me hush. Y'all help me find FAMU. I ain't seen them. I need glasses.
Glasses?
Yeah, I can't see. Uh-oh, there's Howard at 187. Damn. I had to have missed FAMU. I had to have. That's... Ah! Y'all better get them on the line. Y'all better get... Listen, FAMU, y'all better get on Twitter and at 247 Sports and send them an email, because it ain't no way on earth that Mr. Campbell was up on Twitter bragging different about being the number one transfer class and you at 187. So I said all that to say our defensive coordinator leaving us is not going to have the same impact.
Hello.
Go ahead and say hi so you can go sit down.
Hi.
Y'all striking different, huh? They striking real different. 187. Y'all don't went on strike. No, but we understand. We understand. All right, I'm done. I'm done with talking about the snakes. But I'm just saying though. So this is all alleged.
Hey.
Okay, it's all alleged. Okay, that's enough. You said hi.
Hey, Jeffy. He said hey to me. Hey, Jeffy.
Oh, hey, JTV. Yeah, he did say hey. Okay. Okay. They're behind Montana Tech. That's an NAIA team. So if you want to leave, baby. So for me, I think that all of the coaching spots at Jackson State have probably become one of the most coveted, right? Because we see that when a coach comes to Jackson State, they can come for 1 year and elevate. Even though South Alabama is like a mid FBS program, right? Still FBS to some who have aspirations to coach at that level. And, so that might be for him that it was almost like the offensive coordinator, Coach J.O., or offensive line coach J.O. went to South Alabama and said, hey, I got somebody for you. But let's talk about these new additions. Let me move my chat banner out the way. So Jackson State has added, we lost our offensive line coach, and allegedly the defensive coordinator is leaving as well. And now we have Javonte Jones as the outside linebacker and special teams coach. And then we have Manny Ramirez as the offensive line coach. He's a former offensive line coach of Texas Southern University. And we are absolutely excited about Coach Javonte Jones, who is true blue through and through. And we are absolutely excited about Manny Ramirez, offensive line coach from Texas Southern. Somebody in the chat asked me, who is Manny Ramirez? So I'm going to go ahead and pull up his information. And I'll just Oh, wait. Looks like they took that stuff off. Texas Southern did not play no games. They took that off real quick. Let me see if I can find it. All right, here we go. Nope. So we're just going to read a little blurb that they have about him. Ramirez arrives at Texas Southern with experience across all levels of football. He's a Houston native. He had a 9-year NFL career in addition to working both on the college and high school levels in various capacities. Upon retiring from the NFL in 2015, Ramirez accepted a position at his alma mater, Texas Tech University in Lubbock, as the football team's director of player development. He served as the academic liaison for the football staff. Okay, he developed life skill curriculums, coordinating all community service activities. So not only does he have NFL experience, but we can see that, he has some stuff going with regard to community service and academics. That's important. After 3 seasons at Texas Tech, Ramirez moved to the high school ranks. He was the offensive coordinator and offensive line coach for Spring Lake E-Wraith High School. He moved to Fort Worth, Texas, and he became a offensive coach / offensive line at Diamond Hill High School. Mind you, all of these different various Texas schools, football is real big in Texas. Before joining the ranks, Ramirez played offensive lineman for 9 seasons in the NFL. He played in 83 games, including 65 starts, both the Detroit Lions and Denver Broncos. He was a starting center for the duration of legendary quarterback Peyton Manning's career with the organization. Denver totaled 49 wins during Ramirez's 4 seasons, which featured 4 trips to the playoffs and an appearance in the Super Bowl in 2013. He returned to the Lions in 2015, where he played in all 16 games while making 7 starts. Lions drafted Ramirez in the 4th round of the 2007 NFL Draft after a stellar 4-year career at Texas Tech. So, I don't know about you, but that sounds like a win to me. And that was in 2021 that they made that hire. Dang. Okay, I got you, Mr. Ford. So, yeah. So, I don't think we're going to complain about that at all. Who's complaining? We're not complaining. We wish Coach J.O. well at his new school, and we are not wishing. We're kind of like, okay, maybe Coach Bradley's leaving. Maybe he's not. In the event that he is leaving, we have some options. So I just wanted to brag a little bit for Jackson State, and as to why we don't necessarily, this isn't a, oh my gosh, we're in shambles. What are we going to do? Mommy. Yes, baby.
What am I?
In the laundry basket. We have the number 1 HBCU class. Is this our 4th year of having the number 1 HBCU class? I want to say it's the 4th year. A number 2 overall in the FCS for the 2nd time, because last year we were behind Campbell and this year we're behind. Let me get it. I'm going to drop, and you know what? I'm going to drop that for you all so that you can come on here and look. Let me drop my source. Right before Mr. Ford, come on. I did drop it, Mr. Ford. Why, thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah, we're not in shambles. By far, there's nothing to be in shambles about. We had the number 1 recruiting class. And I just dropped the link in the chat. And that link, you can go there yourself, just so you don't think that I'm making up something. We are, for high school only, number 1 overall was Houston Christian at 129. Jackson State was at 131. The next closest HBCU was number 7, Bethune-Cookman at 136, and Grambling at number 10 at number 139. On3 Sports, I can tell you right now, On3 is missing like 5 players. Actually, if On3 placed all of our players in the portal, I think we might even be a little bit better than what we are, just because they have a couple players with actual stars on them that are not counted in the 247. So 247 Sports high school and transfer portal, once again, with both combined, number 2 is Jackson State at 131. Grambling State comes at 140. Bethune-Cookman comes at number 7 at 136 for HBCU. Mr. Campbell did want to point out, and I think that we should acknowledge that FAMU did have the number 1 transfer portal rankings at 10. I want to say it was like 102 that they had. So, that's why we're not necessarily worried. So continuously having good recruiting classes means that you're building a program that's sustainable. I will say this, I don't mind getting transfer players in. It's when you take in like grad transfers, and when you have some student athletes that transferred more than once, then it could possibly become a problem, because what you're trying to do is you're trying to build a foundation and then build on top of that foundation. And when you have student athletes that aren't necessarily committed to the cause, or they're only there for 1 year, you're going to lose that talent and you have to up on it. So an example of that is we had Isaac Peppers, right? I think it's Peppers. Outstanding player. He has no more eligibility left. He's gone. And that was a player that you would want to have at least 2 years with. He doesn't have any more eligibility left because he transferred as a grad transfer from UAPB. So the question that we have for the new DC is, will it be an inside hire? Is that something that we could possibly look at our staff and say, I don't want to name, I wonder, should I name drop or not? Hypothetically speaking, is it a bad thing to say, hey, let's go ahead and hire within? Keep it in the ranks. Somebody that's already there. Let's go ahead and see. What about Coach Quinn? What y'all think about Coach Quinn being a defensive coordinator? I mean, he was definitely a great cornerback and defensive back coach. What do you guys think about that? They better not say Ed Reed's name. Move, Braxton. I only see. What were those poll? Okay, let me go ahead and read the poll results. Let's see what you guys said. Is anybody surprised? Hey, you guys need somebody on the defense? Okay, so how do you feel about the DC's defensive coordinator's exit? That's the poll that was in the chat. And the things that you could choose is that you're nervous, you're glad he's gone, it depends on who is hired, or you're doing a praise break. So I've got roughly 100 and there's a couple more people voting. Y'all didn't see it? I'm sorry. We got that poll going. So Let me go ahead and calculate these results. Who is saying Fred McNair? Fred McNair is on the offense. I don't think Fred is coming through. He's on the offense. So the results are, I'm going to go ahead and end it. So 49% said it depends on who is hired. That's almost half of y'all. Depends on who is hired on whether or not him leaving is a good or bad thing. Some folks, 31% said they're glad he's gone. 13% are doing a praise bake, and 4% are nervous. Kim says, bring back Jeff Weeks. Jeff might not want to come back to Jackson. I know that he did not just say the Ed Reed word. He can go to timeout. Ed Reed, I need to make it so that Ed Reed is like a bad word on my channel. So if you say Ed Reed, it won't even let you post it. We're not doing Ed Reed. So that's not a selection. Here, I'm going to do a new poll. Who could possibly be? Y'all name drop a couple people. Who could possibly be the next DC? I'm going to say hire within. Hire. Oh, Lord. Why would you put that hire Ed Reed? Like, why? Why are you saying? And HBCU band talk is from Bethune. So you really trying to be funny. Hire. Oh, Lord. Oh, somebody said hire Coach Dancy. Now, why would Coach Dancy want to come back down to us little old poor folk? Dennis Thurman is not coming back to Jackson. Okay, so I'm going to just put hire within for Coach Quinn, okay? So, Dennis Thurman not coming back. And Ed Reed, come on now. That man feels like he is, and whoever is voting Ed Reed, y'all go ahead and make sure you vote. Thank you, Jay. Make sure y'all go ahead and vote. He wouldn't make it at JSU. JSU ain't Bethune. He would get his ass dug into. Facts. Dennis Thurman is in Hawaii chilling. He most definitely. Okay, well, maybe if those those volcanoes start getting active, maybe he might want to come back up here. And their loaf of bread is like $8. Milk is about $10 a gallon. Y'all are trying to be funny. Why would Dennis Thurman leave University of Hawaii to come back to JSU? Dancy would be fun. I just don't see it this year. Where are they getting this from? Dancy was at Valley and did he ever win? Did he ever win? I'm not trying to be funny. Oh, questions that need answers. Questions that need answers. Where's Mr. Ford at? Uh-oh, I see Weeks. I really wanted Coach Weeks to be the defensive coordinator last year. I really did. I really wanted him to be the defensive coordinator. I felt like we would have a continuation of our defense. This defense right here, Double J. That would be wicked. Imagine going from high school to getting to your alma mater to Jackson State, and then as a special teams coach, and then boom, you defensive coordinator. Weeks should be the defensive line coach. No, Weeks should be the defensive coordinator. Keelan Carter. Okay. Dancy is now a position coach making six figures. They got about one good year left at Colorado. So I say let all of those folks who are already there in Colorado, y'all enjoy Colorado for all that fresh elevated air and the snow and the cold. And over there at the wall, anybody who see Game of Thrones, you guys know that wall reference. Okay, it says Dancy is a good defensive coach and a JSU graduate. No one wins at Valley. So folks are saying bring Dancy back. I don't know. Is Dancy the one that was at the pro day at Jackson State Pro Day? I think that was him. I don't think so. Ladarius Webb. Let Dancy make that good old money. They got one good year left at Colorado before everybody exits stage left. Colorado goes back to being whatever it was before, only now they're in the Big 12. Let's see. Maybe do you think Mr. Campbell will mind if we use that list of folks that wanted to be at FAMU? Can we use that? Hey, Brother Bakari.
Hey, what's up? Can you hear me?
Huh?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah, I can hear you.
Look, I ain't gonna be on here. I just wanted to say, whoever these people keep saying dancing, leave them damn coons alone. Leave them alone. That's the one who showed up in his Colorado stuff, bragging on the facilities and how they can recruit. Just so he came talking about to represent the players he coached at Valley, but came in Colorado. Why we so? I don't care where he graduated from. Got to leave them damn coons alone. Let them keep cooning. Let them fall on their face where they at, and don't let them come back. That's me. People might not feel like I feel, but you got to let them go. They don't want you. They want to be around the white folks. They want to be around in the mountains, in the snow. They don't want you. Let them be. He left a head coaching job to be an analyst. Now he done moved up to a linebacker coach. Good for him. Good for him. And whatever they do there, that's what they do.
Well,
leave them alone.
It should be? Who you think it should be then?
I took Javance John. I told you, I put it in the chat. Double J. You're asking me. I'm just saying, coming straight from high school, he young, he got the energy. They gonna relate to him out there. Look what his high school did. And before somebody say that's high school, I want y'all to understand. Look at the coach from he coaching Auburn now, pardon my French. See, we got to be willing to give folks an opportunity as well. Now, I'm not saying they're gonna hire him, but he went straight from high school to a head coach. He was a high school head coach and went straight to college head coach. I want to say Arkansas State. From high school to Arkansas State. So
he must have been at a high school in Texas.
You can make
He must have been at a high school in Texas.
No, he was at the University of South Panola in Mississippi, who had the best high school football team for about 6 years in a row. 6, 7 years in a row. Actually, they was in the best district. They beat the Florida district about 3 years in a row. They went them, Horn Lake, Olive Branch. They played this district from Florida, supposed to be in the best district in Florida. They beat them 3 years in a row, undefeated against them. People sleep on Mississippi football, but I just wanted to come on in and say, and I'm gonna listen offline because I'm out and about. But leave them coons alone. Leave him alone. Let Dancing stay where he is. So what? He graduated from Jackson State. There's a few coons that graduated from there. There's a few Coonarians that graduated from there. Leave them be. You got to have. You got to be. You got to have. You got to want somebody who wants you.
Right.
I'm just saying. Because he come there and do and do all right. Soon as some white folk come around, he gone. No loyalty. No loyalty. Thank you
He
for
has
letting me
no
speak.
loyalty. He has no loyalty.
He ain't got no loyalty to his race. None whatsoever. None to his school.
Well, it looks
Having
like
loyalty.
Curry has spoken. And when it comes to Dancy coming to Jackson State,
hell to the no. Hell to the no. Hell to the no. Hell to the no. Hell nothing. Hell to the no. Hell to the no. Hell to the no. Hell to the no. Hell nothing. Hell to the no. Hell.
Brother Bakari said, get somebody else to do it. Get somebody else to do it. Get somebody else to do it and leave them folks alone. Leave them folks alone. Let them be in that elevated cold weather. Somebody said Terry Sims. I don't know if HBCU band talkers over there trolling. You know he's from Bethune-Cookman. They thought that they had the number one spot. They thought that they had that number one spot that they had took over. Let me see if I can find there. We're going to congratulate Coach Raymond Woody for putting together an awesome class. Make no mistake, that class was great, especially for a second-year head coach coming from all this adversity and folks making it a point to say that they needed Ed Reed, and the only way that they was going to make it, the only way that they was ever going to survive is if they got Ed Reed as the head coach. And look at that. They done beat out folks that have had more experience as far as having more time at those schools, and he beat all of them folks out. How you doing, Mr. Ford?
Hey, excuse me,
Mr. Year of the Tiger.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm good.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
So, Mr. Ford,
Uh-huh.
what do you think about I'm going to ask you about the defensive coordinator in a minute, but what do you think overall about these HBCU recruiting classes?
I think it was great. I've always said that we're in the midst of a golden era, and you got a lot of high school players, a lot of junior college players, a lot of transfer portal players that want to come to the HBCUs, and they making their way. But before I start on football, let me just say this. Have you ever heard of a young lady by the name of Patricia Hopkins? She played for Mississippi Valley back in the mid-'80s. Have you ever heard of her? She led the nation in scoring for 2 or 3 years. But anyway, they wrote a beautiful article on her this week. I saw it. I don't know if it was USA Today or somebody, but they were writing it because, the people were talking about the Caitlin Clark girl at Iowa, but they was going back saying about Patricia Hopkins. She was played for Mississippi Valley, graduate of Mississippi Valley. And at one time, I think she averaged maybe 35 or 40 points. But if you ever get a chance, pull her name up, Patricia Hopkins. And she played for Valley from about 85 to 89. And I think she led the nation in scoring. And so they brought her back up again. And I thought it was a beautiful article. And I'm just saying to your followers, if you want a good read, pull that article up about Patricia Hopkins, who was a scoring machine at Mississippi Valley from about 1985 to about 1989. Okay, now what were we were I'm sorry, I just had to get that out. Okay, now
Somebody
what were we
said that
saying about football? I know we're saying something about, was it?
Well, for the Patricia Hopkins or Hodgkins, excuse me. Somebody in the chat said that her son played basketball at Jackson State.
Hey, I'm sorry, I ain't gonna be long. Mr. Ford, thank you, Mr. Ford. Patricia Hoskins, the greatest women's basketball player ever from Greenville, Mississippi.
Yes, I saw it when I was a student at Grambling.
She led the nation in scoring and rebounding. She was the first 6'5" woman I ever seen can get a rebound, take it coast to coast, behind her back, between her legs. She refused to go. She did not want to go overseas and play. I grew up watching her play. Live. Her and one of the best three-point shooters ever was one of her teammates who refused to go overseas, a girl named Renee Brown. They both played at Valley, and I want to say they won the SWAC like 3 years in a row when they were there. Patricia Hoskins, and it's not even debatable for me, and it's probably because I know her folks and grew up watching her. The greatest woman basketball player ever. And she was the first one I saw do it. And she could palm the basketball, dunk the basket, get it, go coast to coast like it was nothing. And she chose to go to an HBCU over them white schools that was begging her to come there.
Right.
Now I'm gone again for real. But Mr. Ford, I had to come on in and give you
Yeah, she was great. I saw. What was the coach's name? What was his name? What was the coach's name at Valley at that time? I know Coach Scribbling had the boys. Who was the girls' coach at Mississippi Valley at that time? Was it Coach Ford?
I don't know. I'm gonna be honest. We didn't know the coach. We knew Patricia Hoskins and Renee Brown.
Yeah, I remember Patricia too. She was awesome. Didn't she go for 70 on Southern? Was it 70 on Southern or somebody?
Yeah, I can't remember who it was, but yes, she did. Yep. In one season, I think she averaged 35 and 15.
Yeah, I think she went for 70 on Southern or somebody.
Okay, let me see. I'm gonna read this.
She
Patricia
dominated
Hoskins
everybody.
of Mississippi Valley State held the NCAA Division I women's basketball scoring record for over a decade once, long before players like Caitlin Clark, Brittany Griner, or Kelsey Plum laced their first sneakers. It says, while Clark's achievements is commendable, it is essential to recognize the historic accomplishments of Hodgkins between 1985 and 1989. Despite being a scoring phenomenon, Hodgkins' achievements have often been overlooked and seldom discussed in conversations about the greatest players in women's basketball. During the 2023 to 2024 season, Hodgkins, I don't think they meant to put that on there. They must have meant something else. It's an error. Hoskins dominated the NCAA women's basketball scoring leaderboard with an impressive average of 27.8 points, 7.1 rebounds, and 8.6 assists per game. Clark has made an incredible 140 shots from beyond the three-point line, earning her 420 points. On the other hand, Hodgkins scored a remarkable 3,122 points during her time at Mississippi Valley State, even though she only had 2 seasons to utilize the three-point shot. Oh, wow. During the first official year that women's basketball introduced the three-point line, the Delta Devils Center had a 36.7 scoring accuracy from beyond the arc. As a senior, Hodgkins had an outstanding effort, averaging 33.6 points and 16.3 rebounds, along with 2.7 steals. Her 33.6 point scoring average in a season remains unmatched by any other NCAA women's basketball player. In 1989, the Delta Devils retired their Legends number 42 jersey, and she secured the title for highest scorer by surpassing Lori Bauman, a player from Drake, who finished with a total of 3,115 points in 1984. Hodgkins' record remained unbroken until Jackie Stiles surpassed it in 2001. In her final collegiate season, Patricia Hodgkins achieved the impressive feat of scoring 55 points in 2 separate games against Southern University and Alabama State. The HBCU legend outperformed all other NCAA players with a career average of 28.4 points and 15.1 rebounds. Her statistics are lower than Brittany Griner in terms of scoring and rebounds. Mississippi Valley University and SWAC have inducted Hopkins into their halls of fame. This particular article was done by Kyle T. Mosley of
Right.
HBCU Legends, and then it just
Right.
put together the top women's scorers. It has Kelsey Plume, Caitlin Clark, Kelsey Mitchells, Jackie Stiles, Brittany Griner, Deja Fair, Patricia Hopkins comes in at number 7, Lori Baum, Jerica Coley, and then Rachel Bonham. So
Yeah, she was awesome. Yeah.
So I guess that's a little bit of your Black history brought to you by.
Yeah. 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 Oh yeah.
Because I guess there was a lot of controversy over those comments that Cheryl Swoop made this past week, where she basically downplayed Caitlin Clark's and Angel Reese's ability to be able to perform at the high level at the WNBA. So
agree with Angel Reese can play. The Clark girl can shoot that ball now.
Even though Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark can play, the WNBA, and we've seen it, which is they draft folks and then they cut them. They don't have the teams readily available to be able to house these women. So you're not going to have that many extra additions coming into the WNBA.
Oh yeah.
Hey Doc, how you doing?
I'm good. How y'all doing? How you doing?
All right, man. Hey.
I just finished my show talking about Tennessee State.
Yeah, I listened to you for a little while, but I stopped listening to you to watch the Hawks a little bit. I was listening.
Okay. And I did talk about defensive coordinator. I didn't get a chance to talk about about Cheryl Swoop, what she said, but I'm just gonna be honest with you. Just by me being here in Texas, see what she used to do here in the state of Texas, when she was in high school, what she did when she did in college at Texas Tech. You can't get it, ain't gonna get no better. You can't get no better than that woman right there. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, she was a player now. No doubt about it.
She was a baller.
She was a player.
And here's the crazy thing. Here's the crazy thing for y'all that don't know. Cheryl was pregnant when she got drafted in the WNBA.
What?
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah. She got mad with Reggie Miller because he told her she needed to sit down. Remember that, Doc? When Reggie told her on national TV she needed to sit down?
You need to sit down.
He told her, "You pregnant, you need to sit down." She went off on her. She was so mad with him.
She was hooping. Why she?
Yeah, she was something else. I remember.
And when she had her son name is Jordan. He's grown now. Like I think he's in his mid-20s.
Wait, so she got drafted and they let her have her baby? And then what? I mean, how did that even work?
Well, back then, I mean,
she was super. She was outstanding. She could play.
She was the lead. It wasn't just Lisa Leslie. So Lisa Leslie was the face of the league at the time when it first came about, right? So Lisa Leslie was it. She was LA. She was the face of the league. And then Rebecca Lobo was the face of the league also when she was on the East Coast with the New York Liberty. But because, Cheryl Swoop was from Texas and she, when Houston brought the team out there, she was the face of the team. And then they got the pieces with her, Tina Thompson,
Cynthia I remember
Cooper. Yeah.
Hey, Tina was coaching at the University of Virginia, wasn't she?
Yeah.
Yeah. Is she still there?
I I don't even
One
know.
of those
I have to
girls
check
on
to
that
see.
team. Remember that the point guard
I have to
died
check
of
to see.
cancer. You remember that?
Yeah,
Died of cancer. You remember that?
yeah. The point. Yeah, she died of cancer. I remember that.
Yeah.
Because she was from Brazil. So, so Cheryl was like a catalyst, and
Van
then
Chancellor was their coach, I
Van
think.
Chancellor was the coach. She was the catalyst, and then Cynthia Cooper was the
Van Chancellor. I remember him.
spark plug. Teresa, man, the whole league was lit. And when Cheryl got pregnant, like she made it her mission to, like, she dropped the baby weight, she came back. She came back and won. They won 4 of them things in a row.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we got coaching changes allegedly at Jackson State. Mr. Ford, what do you think? What do you think about Coach Bradley going to South Alabama?
I don't think you'll miss it. I think that he was a defensive line coach. I was not impressed with him as a defense coordinator. Now, Doc mentioned a name tonight on his show. If that guy comes to Jackson State, man, it's over for the whole.
If who comes to Jackson State?
What? Doc mentioned Sam Washington. If he's talking about
somebody asked me about. They said
Sam Washington. If y'all could get Sam Washington, it's over for everybody.
Somebody Lord, I could hear Aggie pride now. Lord, I can hear.
But he's a Valley graduate. He graduated from Mississippi Valley. Yeah, he graduated from Mississippi Valley, but that guy's good, man. I'm talking about he's a championship head coach and a championship defense coordinator. Now, if they are able to attract him to Jackson State, that's a game changer for the whole. That's a game changer for HBCU football. That's a game changer right there.
For HBCU football?
Yeah, Sam Washington. Look him up. Listen, Mr. Mona, you got do your research on him. I've been watching him. The first time I ran into him, he was at Grambling with Rod Broadway. And when I saw him and the way he ran his defense, I was like, who is this? Where did he come from? And then I found out he was from Valley, had played for the Steelers. Man, listen. I'm telling you, if they can bring him to Jackson, it's over for everybody.
All right, let me go ahead and read. Head coach Sam Washington. Sam Washington. Do you want to coach again? Just dibble dabble a little bit. I mean, he did go to the Celebration Bowl, so it's not like he doesn't know the path to get there. All right.
Several times, right? He won 2 as the head coach, right? Or what?
He won 2 as the head coach.
Did he win 2 as a head coach?
Let me read it, Mr. Ford. All I know is them Aggies beat.
Okay, go on.
That's all they talk about. Sam Washington became the 19th head football coach at North Carolina A&T State. History on January 9, 2018. In 2020, oh dang, they ain't even talking about it. Let me skip off of that because that talks when he goes to the Big South and the pandemic. Washington accumulated more wins in his first 2 seasons, 19, than any other head coach in A&T history. In addition, Washington has already had 11 first-team all-conference selections from 10 different players in 4 seasons. In 2018, Derry Johnson Jr. earned MEAC Defensive Player of the Year before being drafted by the Buffalo Bills in the 7th round. Baby, you might as well have went undrafted, but all right. Aggies have also had 2 players earn MEAC Offensive Lineman of the Year under Washington, and running back Jermaine Martin. Oh, wow. So Jermaine Martin, if y'all not familiar with him, he's the one that he was coming on Twitter and saying that North Carolina A&T football players want to play HBCUs. If they wanted to play
right.
These white colleges, then they would have went to some of these white colleges. He earned multiple All-American honors in 2019. In his first season as the Aggies head coach, Washington led A&T to the MEAC championship. Also, in his first season, Washington led the Aggies to their 2nd straight Celebration Bowl victory and the 3rd in 4 years. Aggies were also named Black College National Football National Champions, finishing 10-2. Washington became the second A&T rookie coach to capture MEAC Coach of the Year, as he tied the school record for wins by a first-year coach. What in the world is Braxton doing?
I don't know what Braxton's doing.
Give me a second. Give me a second. I'm gonna
We'll talk. We'll talk.
Question, and then y'all go ahead and answer it. Okay, so Sam Washington as defensive coordinator. What do you think his defense is gonna look like?
Oh, he'll come with a forefront. He come with a forefront. He'll run basically 2 linebackers, 5 DBs. Now he'll play undersized, but his defensive lineman will be quick as a cat. Okay, he'll play a defensive lineman at 250, 260. He wants the edge rushers, but his defensive tackles can be small. But one thing about him, they're gonna be quick as a cat. He doesn't want just beef and he likes a quick on that front 4. He likes quick kids.
I think. Well, if he was to come in, let's just say he was to come in and take over the defense that we have right here, barring that the fact that we got D tackles that
man
280, 293.
All them athletes y'all got, man.
Yeah, we.
Now, if he takes over that defense that y'all got now, a bunch of them kids are gonna go pro. Them kids are gonna go pro. Because listen, I'm telling you, man. One thing he does, he kills that fat. He loves that quickness, man.
Yeah, I feel like this. If we get Sam Washington, I mean, I don't know what his numbers on, how much you're gonna pay him, but it's always gonna come down to the numbers. But because I know he's still getting paid by A&T because they bought him out of his contract last time. He's available. He is. I know he's been back in Mississippi. I don't know if he is in North Carolina. He's been back in Mississippi because his mother. I think his mother is still here in Mississippi. Dennis Thurman ain't leaving Hawaii.
No, Dennis going to Hawaii.
Dennis ain't leaving Hawaii. So let's get that out. Let's kind of get that out of our head right there. He's not leaving Hawaii.
So that's not an option, even if there's
ain't no option.
No.
Even with an active volcano.
That man is he. Well, I'm gonna be honest with you. Me and Mr. Ford, we talked about this before. Dennis Thurman should have been the defensive coordinator for Colorado when Deion had got hired. Deion did not make those decisions when he was at Colorado. It was the white people that made the decisions. It was the AD that made the decision of who he had as his coaching staff. Basically, his offensive coordinator and his defensive coordinator.
But I think like Sam Washington, I think that's a feasible
feasible right there.
That's feasible. So let me finish reading his information now that Braxton has calmed down a little bit. In his first season as the Aggies head coach, Washington led A&T to the MEAC championship. Oh, we already did that. Blah, 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 blah. Before being promoted to the head coach, Washington served as the Aggies defensive coordinator and secondary coach for 7 years under the legendary head coach Rod Broadway. In 2015, Broadway promoted Washington to associate head coach. He established himself as one of the best defensive minds in Division I FCS. So this is interesting because a lot of times when folks do get a new head coach, a lot of times people make the argument that sometimes defensive-minded coaches do not necessarily make good head coaches.
No, that's not true. No, that's just something said.
Coach.
Yeah, they say deep. It's always another saying too. Defense wins championships. Offense says.
Oh yeah, like I just said, if he comes to Jackson State, it's a game changer for HBCU football. Because he gonna lock everybody down. He gonna lock everybody down.
And then you have Coach Quinn with the corners and the defensive backs. It says in
they
3 of
work
Washington's
well.
7 seasons as the Aggies D coordinator, Aggies finished among the top 10 teams in the nation in passing defense efficiency, including number 1 in 2012. Aggies have been the MEAC's number 1 total defense and scoring defense 5 times in the past 9 seasons played. Goodness gracious. It said in his role as secondary coach, 7 different corners earned all MEAC success. In addition, 3 of Washington's corners, McRae, McCain, and Ayodeji Olatoye, did I say that right? Spent multiple seasons on NFL rosters. Is that how you say it, Olatoye?
I ain't see it.
Oh, well, Olatoye made the Dallas Cowboys 53-man roster, played in the Super Bowl in 2017. McRae had his stints with Raiders, Bengals, Ravens, Bills, and Lions. And then McCain became an undrafted free agent for Denver Broncos before signing with the Philadelphia Eagles. So, Coach is not new to this. He's true to this.
Yeah, he ain't no flash to this thing.
Yeah, he's a wizard. He's a defensive wizard. That guy knows his stuff, man.
Taking no phone calls.
He's a wizard.
Do you think he would be ready? Because why hasn't somebody picked him up already?
I mean, I think he's just enjoying the time because
I have no idea. That's our loss.
Yeah, when he got let go by A&T bought out his contract. So oh yeah, and remember Hawaii is nothing but active volcano, so it doesn't matter if a volcano hit, it's done, but it doesn't matter. But I was just saying, as far as getting Sam Washington, that's a name right there. Of course, people are gonna say let JaVonte become defense coordinator. I wouldn't jump the gun and say do that, because I would rather for him to be special teams and work with the linebackers before he even gets elevated to become a defensive coordinator on the college level. Not saying that he won't, not saying that he can't do the job. It's just the fact that I'd rather work on let him work on our special teams and to our linebackers core in a good spot. Now,
right. I think for us, linebacker play was definitely a sore spot for us, especially with the tackling and special teams. The things that we needed for Jackson State, I think that we addressed coaching wise. And you know what? I apologize, y'all, because I was supposed to open up the show with the source so it doesn't look like I'm just coming out of thin air with this allegation that allegedly Coach Bradley is headed to South Alabama. So let me go ahead and I'm going to drop that for you all so that you can look at it too, so you don't think that SheLovesThee is just over here just doing just anything.
Well, Mr. Mona, let me just say that you see that name right there, Major Applewhite? He gets a job every year and don't keep none of them. If you look at his resume, he gets a big job every year and he don't keep none of them. That guy been with Nick Saban. I think Nick got rid of him.
Good.
No,
he don't stay nowhere.
No, he didn't get rid of him because he took the job at University of Houston as a head coach.
And then didn't they get rid of him?
They got rid of him.
Didn't they get rid of him at Houston?
Mm-hmm. They did.
That's what I'm telling you. He gets a big job every year and he don't stay nowhere.
Okay.
Huh?
Well, I mean, listen, if they want to elevate, then they want to listen. Jackson State is the place to be where you want to elevate as a coach. That's how they're going to look at it. Regardless of whether or not it's true or not, the fact that you have that many coaches going from FCS to FBS they're going to think that, okay, if I want to go FBS, let me go to Jackson State. So do you, as a coach, so as Coach TC, do you want to hire somebody who you know is going to stay for a couple of years? Like a Coach Javancy Jones, very talented. I don't necessarily see him leaving, just jumping ship after 1 year. So let's go ahead and read the football scoop, okay? Let's go ahead and read it because this is my source for the complete show. Bradley is expected to join Major Applewhite's Jaguar staff as D-line coach. So he's going from defensive coordinator to the defensive line coach. He was a defensive line coach at Alcorn. Coach J.O. went to South Alabama a couple of weeks ago. So was this a package deal? Was this something where he was looking for a defensive line coach and they said, hey, let me go ahead and take Coach Bradley? I think that this first
Well, now one thing, wait, let me say this. Now, one thing you got to look at, isn't Jay Hobson on that staff?
Where?
Isn't Jay Hobson on that staff down there at South Alabama?
South Alabama?
Isn't he on the staff? Because if he is, that's a connection right there. Jay knows Bradley. Look and see if Jay Hobson is the defense coordinator at South Alabama or the linebacker coach.
I got you. I got you, Mr. Ford. I got it. Let me check and see.
All right. Well, why are you checking that out? Because that will basically be the link, which is Jay Hobson, and then you got Coach.
Yeah, Jay Hobson. Jay's probably down there.
Yeah, so that would tell what the link is. But it says, and I don't know if I agree with this particular statement. Let me know if you guys agree. Or maybe yes, maybe no. So Jonathan Bradley, a former NFL player who helped mold Jackson State's stellar defensive line. Helped mold. Do you guys think he helped mold, or was this a continuation of last year?
The
players.
Did he help mold the defensive line?
He also served as the Tigers defensive coordinator, is expected to be on the move. Yeah, he's expected, he's finalizing a deal to become the defensive line coach for Major Applewhite's South Alabama program, barring any unexpected snags. What kind of barring unexpected snags? What does that even mean? And if you felt like why would you put that man's business out there? Because allegedly a source close to Jackson State football team said that Coach Bradley was on the premises today, as in this morning. He was at Jackson State.
Well, everything is public. You can't, ain't nothing private. Once you out there, it's public. For me, I'm looking at it. Well, first of all, I'm sorry, but I would say Jay Hobson is down there. He's the assistant coach for the cornerbacks. But if he hit a snag, meaning that if the money looking
did he work for Jay Hobson?
Going.
What?
Hey, if it's a snag, if the money looking funny, he ain't going. I'm just putting it out there. I'm just saying. I'm just putting it out there.
Maybe he was cleaning out his locker. Ooh, somebody said maybe he was cleaning out his locker.
Okay. Okay. I see JSU Tag 85. Okay, so he didn't work for Hobson.
Mm-mm.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
Hobson joined South Alabama coaching staff. They talk about when he was at Miss Southern Miss and Alcorn State.
Yeah, Bradley wasn't there with Hobson. Bradley was at Pine Bluff.
I feel like the link between Coach Bradley going to South Alabama is the most recent coach, Coach J.O. That's the link.
Yeah.
What do you think? Okay, so now I'm gonna finish up on Coach Sam Washington, because I think it's interesting because we have a lot of coaches that got some NFL experience. They've been in the NFL. They send the players to the NFL. And I think that's really good for Jackson State. Before
Well,
Washington,
actually, before the coming of Deion Sanders to Jackson State, that A&T football program was the best program we had in HBCU football.
It was.
And what dethroned them was when Deion Sanders came to Jackson. They went down from there.
mm,
Nah, I think what you said, what you always say, what dethroned them was the president.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And the AD. I think it
Yeah.
was, I don't think it was I don't think it was the AD. I think it was more on the president that
It was both of them.
did them.
okay.
See what they
So-
were trying to do initially. They wanted to get that Dennis Thomas got fired as president of this MEAC. Once they
Mhm.
couldn't do that, they were ready to leave
Mm,
because they thought that Dennis Thomas was the pits. They thought he was horrible.
that would explain.
And that's that President Dr. Martin and that AD was named Hilton. And what they did, they lobbied the people in the MEAC to get rid of Dennis Thomas, which, I mean, what they were saying was legitimate. He was awful, okay? But he was corrupt. He was making sure that money was going in the president's hands in the MEAC, and that's why they were not going to go against him, because he was corrupt. He didn't care nothing about those kids.
All right. So let me finish about Coach Washington because I'm excited. I mean, see, this is the difference between Jackson State and FAMU. So we're not worried about, we'll have our coach named fairly fast, you know what I'm saying? And then we already have some great additions that enhance our school. So we have Coach Javancy Jones, Coach Manny Ramirez. I looked at Manny Ramirez's resume and I was like, okay,
Yeah,
this
Manny
is good.
Ramirez.
Yeah, I remember Manny. Now, did Manny play for the coach at Mississippi State that died? Did he play for
he was on the Leach.
Leach?
He was.
Yeah, I
he was
remember.
on,
I remember when Manny went to the Broncos.
Yeah, he was. It was Manny. It was who else? It was
Crabtree on there?
Crabtree, my guy Louis Vasquez. I seen him all the time when I lived in Corsicana County.
Yes, it's a big difference. And we have options. We got folks wanting to come over here. What? Why would you do that and you already took your medicine?
Uh-oh.
Yes, you did. I just gave you your seizure medicine.
Did you?
Yes, I did.
Thank you.
He played he was with Crabtree and Graham and all those guys over there. Yeah, with Texas Tech.
They were the team that knocked Texas off when they were #1, right?
Yes, they was.
Yeah.
Yep, that far sideline, that far throw from the left hash to Crabtree for the touchdown. Yep, that was it.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember that team. Oh, that's a quality hire. Manny knows what he's doing.
Mm-hmm.
That's a quality hire.
And look what he did. Like when he was the offensive, when he was the O-line coach at Texas Southern. Look what he did with the O-line for Ladarius Owens.
Yeah,
like, just the run blocking all the way through. They mauled a lot of players. What he did in those final 5-6 games of the season, where he became the leading rusher in the conference, you don't get no better when it comes to with that O-line blocking. So that's one thing I could get to him. I want to know what type of scheme that they're gonna run as far as when it comes to the blocking scheme that he's gonna run. So,
all right. So finishing up on Coach Washington. Let me pull that up. So Coach Washington has been in the SWAC too.
Yeah, he was devastating at Grambling. I remember him. He worked for Ron
at Gramblin's defensive backs coach under Broadway. So Broadway basically took him with.
Yeah, he took him with him to A&T.
Okay. Grambling led the nation in turnover margin. So why? I don't understand. He spent 5 years at his alma mater, Mississippi Valley State. Okay. He spent 8 seasons at North Carolina Central. Good Lord, he's been coaching a long ass time. Maybe he don't want to coach no more. He spent 4 seasons in the NFL with stops in Pittsburgh and Cincinnati. As a member of the Steelers, Washington intercepted at least 1 pass in 5 consecutive games during the 1984 season. Before making it to the NFL, Washington played cornerback for Valley, and he battled daily in practice with a wide receiver named Cherry Rice.
Hey, can you show my video? Can you show me on camera?
Yes.
As y'all see, I got the throwback Jerry Rice on when he was at Valley. So yeah.
Yeah, I remember that jersey, man. Listen, listen. He put about 5 touchdowns on us at Grambling up in Indianapolis at the that thing was called the Circle City Classic. That was in 1980. I think it was 84. He put a show on us, man. That jersey right there, number 88. He put a show on us.
I got this one off.
Matter of fact, that was the first Circle City Classic. That was the first one.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that was the first one, 1984. Man, he had about 200 or 300 yards of receiving. That was on BET. We saw it on BET. It was live.
So we got Sam Washington out the way. Somebody said maybe hire within.
I mean,
well, my thing is, Javonte knows his stuff. He was trained by Rick Comegys. Rick Comegys was a defensive ace. So he know his stuff now. Because listen, I saw Rick Comegys at Central State where he won a NAIA national championship. I saw him at Tuskegee for many years, and I saw him at Jackson State. And he trained Javonte. So if Javonte remembers anything Comegys told him, he can run that defense.
So do you think the departure of Coach J.O., which is the offensive line coach, and then Coach Bradley will impact players that they recruited directly?
Well, you don't replace the offensive line. That's not even a question. The thing now is who's going to be that defensive coordinator? If you, like I said, I'm going to say this again. If you bring Sam Washington to Jackson State, it's over. Okay? It's over. I'm just telling you. I know we've watched Sam for years. With all them athletes they got at Jackson State right now, and you give them to Sam Washington, oh, I'm telling you, it's over.
Yeah, I agree with that. I agree with it.
Coach Washington, where you at?
Probably in Mississippi.
Are you serious?
He still got family here in Mississippi, don't he? I think he do. I don't know. I don't know if he in Mississippi. I don't know if he in North Carolina. All I know is he's still getting paid by North Carolina A&T because they bought him out. So.
Well, I just wanted to congratulate. And I have my little congratulation video for Bethune-Cookman coming in second place for all of HBCUs for the recruiting. Second place.
Hey, still better than what they did last year.
So I wanted to play that because I feel like it speaks to the fact that the Wildcats don't need Ed Reed, and they gonna beat the snake scales off of FAMU in the Florida Classic once again. So congratulations, Bethune-Cookman. I know you guys thought y'all took the number 1 spot, but we just had to advocate for our players to be correctly added. But 2 is not bad at all. Okay, that's enough. That's enough. That's enough. That's enough.
I had said out there, and I was like, I'm not going to say anything bad about what Coach Woody is doing, but that man was out there collecting infinity stones.
Who was?
Coach Woody.
Coach Woody's collecting infinity stones. Look, I'm not gonna hate on him. I'm not gonna hate on him.
He was collecting infinity stones out there.
I'm not gonna hate on him. I'm not. But of course, we have to celebrate. Is this our third or fourth year being number one? I want to say it's the fourth year. Maybe it's the third. It's the fourth. Fourth year being at number one. Not too shabby. You know, we had to do a complete rebuild and still came out on top last year, and we came out on top this year. So when it comes to the recruiting, and congratulations. Okay, let me do I'm going to do a couple of news briefs. So congratulations to Dijon Nugget. He was basically signed to the USFL Massachusetts Pirates.
No, it's the IFL. It's the Indoor Football League.
That's not what this says. It says UFL.
There's no Massachusetts Pirates. I mean, in the UFL, it's the IFL. It's the Indoor Football League. Still getting paid for it.
Okay, so let me pull up the article on Twitter. Make sure I say it correctly. Thank you for correcting me. So he's not in the UFL or the USFL or whatever they merged together. He's now, hopefully he makes the roster and plays. You know what I'm saying? Because it seems like he's had opportunities to get signed to the various teams. Okay, so let me pull it up. It says, exciting defense boost. Massachusetts Pirates signed Matt Elam and Dijon Warren for the 2024 season. So it looks like he's still getting an opportunity to play. Massachusetts Pirates are gearing up for an exciting 2024 season. They signed former NFL defensive back Matt Elam and standout cornerback Dijon Warren. The two dynamic players bring a wealth of experience and talent to the Pirates roster, adding depth and skill to the team's defensive unit. Okay. It says, with an impressive collegiate career at Jackson State University and his recent experience in the rookie minicamp with the Chicago Bears, Warren brings a unique blend of athleticism and tenacity to the Pirates' defense. Warren's standout performance at Jackson State University earned him recognition as a junior college All-American and positioned him as a top prospect. In the 2024 Indoor Football League season, his ability to shut down opposing receivers and make game-changing plays in the secondary will be invaluable to the Pirates' success on defense. So that's Nugget. And so he's going to get an opportunity to play post-collegiate football. So congratulations to him, because it's been a long road. for him. You know, he's made a lot of stops at various places. He was drafted by the USFL, and then that they underwent a merge. And so that's good to hear. He gets another opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
And now we're just waiting on Aubrey Miller, right? That's the only.
I hope he gets an opportunity. Like, for real. He needs to be out there and play. Yeah, I hope he gets an opportunity. We got but he also don't have representation either. So remember, he let go of his.
Oh gosh.
He let go of his agent also.
Oh, okay.
So hopefully, if somebody go out there to represent him, he can get some calls, he gets some offers, and he get back out there on the football field. I want to see him on the football field.
Yes, they need to stop playing with Aubrey. He's dedicated. He's hardworking. He listens. You know, everything that you need to be. I just think he needs to kind of not. I'll say this. Not reach out off of Twitter and reach out behind the scenes. A little bit less on Twitter. A little bit less on Twitter, okay? Mr. Ford.
Yeah.
Yo, Mr. Ford.
Uh-huh.
What do you think about FAMU coming in at 169 in recruiting?
Well, the people in Atlanta did not work because they said it. That answer right now is can that kid from FAU replace Musa? Because they feel that's who they are known by. Is that kid that's coming in from FAU? I got to know.
They recruited somebody from North Carolina A&T.
Yeah, they got Hendon Hooker's little brother.
Alan Hooker's son. No, that's not what I'm talking about. The kid that I'm talking about has 1 year of eligibility left. He's coming from FAU. He's the original Miami, Florida, and they're saying that kid can come in because something that's better than Moose. He can really throw the football.
Man, Mr. Ford, you sound like a robot.
The word appears that they are a veteran team. They got a lot of people. The biggest question mark in Florida is that point coming in from FAU. That's the question mark.
Mr. Ford, can you go near the window or something? Once he got off. I thought it was my phone. What's wrong with the connection? That's not me.
I know who had a better recruiting class than FAMU. And they in D2.
Breaking news, Usher dropped a video teaser today and said he's doing a tribute to HBCUs on Sunday. What? HBCUs? Okay. That sounds like a winner to me.
Can you hear me now?
Because it's Black History Month. Yeah, we can hear you now, Mr. Ford. So I heard you say that there's an FAU quarterback transfer that got 1 year eligibility left, and he's supposed to be better than Musa, and that's who's supposed to be their QB1, right? I don't see it. Oh, Daniel, you talking about Daniel Richardson? That has to be who he's talking about, right?
Let me see.
He's from Miami, Carroll City, Hollywood, Florida. Okay. But he's 5'10". All right, let's see Who else? Who else? I mean, Valley came in before FAMU.
I didn't even see the rest of Valley recruit. They got a lot. From what I'm hearing, they had a.
They are quietly recruiting. Anybody see Alabama A&M? I seen Jay White talking about go Dogs. Where was Alabama A&M on the recruiting list? Did they make the top 200?
I don't know, but he got a bit with a lot of us. But they gotta, if he said the deal is if Alabama A&M wins the East, we have to give $100 to the athletic program. If they don't win it,
Alabama A&M right here. They're ranked at 189. So I guess that means dead last. Alabama A&M. Where's Southern at? Did you see Southern?
I didn't see Southern.
Did you see Alcorn? There's Texas Southern. Texas Southern's at 180.
Texas Southern.
Who did they get?
They got a couple of players. They got like 15 and 16 between high school and high school and JUCO.
Okay. So this is probably one of the things that they liked, which is that they were recruiting Texas.
Yes. Like I said, you can't get it's what I said. If you cannot recruit Texas, you don't need to be a coach in Texas at all.
Wow. Okay. I mean,
they did get a QB. They did get a kid from Erie, Pennsylvania. Nice size QB, 6'4", 225. I've seen a little bit of video on him.
I'm gonna do ours last because ours is so good. I want to save the best for last. I'm gonna save the best for last, okay? Which is of course Jackson State. Okay, so I'm gonna have an issue with 247 Sports. They're gonna have to change who the head coach is because the head coach is no longer Clarence McKinney. So you just have to, all you have to do is at 247 Sports and you tell them to make the updates. Kind of have like, I don't know, 20 people retweet it and then they'll see it. So it looks like they got most of their players, the hard commits are from Texas. Dallas, Texas, Humble, Texas, Brenham, Texas, Pearland, Texas, South Oak Cliff, Dallas, Texas.
Don't say, hold on. Before you go, you said Humble. They gonna correct you out here. They gonna say it's not Humble. The H is silent. Humble. It's Humble, Texas. And then the other one you said.
We definitely do. We recruit Texas too. We get all the 3 stars out of the Texas.
The other one you said is Pearland is Pearland. They will chew you out up in here. It's just like when somebody say, don't call us Alcorn, it's Alcorn.
Alcorn. Damn, they went to the Texas shopping store.
Hey man, look.
They need that. You know what? Now I will say this, and I'm not taking up for any other HBCUs, but sometimes 247 Sports, they are kind of slow with updating rosters, as we saw. Jackson State had a couple of players that they hadn't added. They did it last year too, and I felt like I didn't even think last year to tweet them and cause any type of ruckus or send them an email. But after sending some emails and I don't know if it was a collaborative effort of everybody complaining, they made those updates and it definitely changed the rankings. It changed a lot. It did not just for HBCU to #1 overall class, but getting the #2 overall class in the FCS.
Hold on now. Miss Veronica, pause. Pause. Big pause.
Miss Veronica feels bad for UAPB, Texas Southern, and Alabama A&M. They'll be training straight on them.
Pause.
Whoa.
What my
Not
whistle
the
at?
strings. Come on, ride it, choo choo, and ride it. Choo,
Flag
choo.
on the play. Flag on the play.
Okay. So of course we have our legacy quarterback, Ethan Terrell, and he decided to bring him some Louis luggage from Louisville, Texas. Some of that Louis luggage with him. We have Travis Terrell Jr. From Creekside, Augustine, Florida. I don't want to pronounce none of these names because I'm gonna be like, that's not how you say it.
What's the name?
Augustine, Florida.
Yeah, Augustine, Florida.
Okay. Keith Chisholm from Seabrook, South Carolina. He's an 5'10", 160 pounds.
That's Herb and Jaheim's cousin.
Who?
That's Herb and Jaheim's
Okay.
cousin.
Is that from the Whale Branch area? Okay.
Yeah.
Xavion, also known as Ziggy. Ziggy is from some of that Louis luggage that we got. And that's also his brother is already at Jackson State.
True.
Let me see Jackson State roster. So this year I see the change in the recruiting style. I don't know if you saw it, but last year we brought in a lot of transfers and a lot of grad transfers with a lot of experience to plug and play, for the offense and defense. This year we focused more so on recruiting high school players. I noticed that. And I was like, wow. So I can see, it was plug and play last year as far as their recruiting, making sure they bring in guys with that experience. And then now we see the building of the legacy as far as building a successful program. So Quavion Davis, as a true freshman, he became the starting O-line after we kept having so many issues with our offensive line.
Hey, before you go on, you got a special guest in the house. You got Nugget.
Nugget, you want to come on here and talk?
You got Nugget in the house.
Y'all, I am so sorry. I'm over here trying to look at I'm looking at the other screen. I'm not looking at the chat. So Nugget, if you would like to come on, everybody would like to congratulate you. Everybody would like to congratulate you on getting signed. So if you would like to come up, you're welcome to come up. And we all want to congratulate you. Mr. Sharp, I know that Quay Davis is his brother. We also signed his other brother. Give me a second, Mr. Sharp.
And we also signed the other.
Give me a second, y'all. Let me pull it up for y'all. We're on a whole totally different new topic because we were talking about the defensive coordinator, and now we've transitioned to talking about Quay and Xavion. Yes, they have another brother. So, as I was saying, let me know if Nugget comes on because I'm not even looking at the StreamYard at this point. I'm over here looking for.
I'm looking at the chat.
Okay, cool. I'm over here looking at something else. Oh, Lord. Jeremy Cook from Hoover, Alabama. That's the safety, 6'2", 190 pounds. What do you think about the overall recruiting class? I'm just excited. I'm elated. Coach TC, Coach O, Coach Quinn. Coach Quinn he got some dogs, because we did have a couple of recruits that were no longer with us. Ferrari, he left, but as soon as he left, boom, we got Jeremy Cook.
He said he's driving, so he's gonna pull over the park.
Okay.
Hop on.
Okay, well, let me get his stuff up then.
I think with the signing class that we got, it was a good signing class because, like you said, we focused more on high school and on the JUCO in Mississippi. And even though we did go out, we went out of state and everything, where our footprints are at, like Atlanta, Texas, of course, Louisiana, Arkansas, Tennessee, and Alabama. It was good that we got in-state recruits. And it's good, like, where we see how he said that, in a recent, when he was interviewed, we want to interview, but he stopped to ask questions, that it was like 96 kids still in the program, and then you add another, maybe 20, 26, 28 kids. And then not only that, you still got the April opening of the transfer portal after the spring game and stuff.
After the spring game?
So you don't know how this roster is going to be set until they go in for summer workouts, and then summer practice, and then go into fall practice. So we don't know how this roster is going to look, but best believe that he's out there doing his job as far as making sure these kids get developed.
Right. And I'm just gonna go quickly, just naming names and going through the names, because I think it's important to acknowledge. We actually didn't sign that many for National Signing Day, because for the most part, Coach TC was top heavy for the early signing day period. So we had Mason Barton, the offensive line from West Memphis High School, Kazarius Bowie, the defensive tackle from Mississippi Gulf Coast. Kobe Boykin was the running back at Miami Edison High School, Miami, Florida. And this is Coach Morton, who's been at Jackson State since being under Prime, and he was elevated to the running backs coach. He's a 4-star athlete who's ranked as a top 25 player in Miami. He resembles a Tank Davis, productive as ball carrier and pass catcher, quick, hard worker, comfortable with navigating through tight creases. He's capable of running routes from the slot in the empty set, and he has a high GPA. KJ Chisholm, of course, the defensive back, Well Branch Early College High School from, is it Beaufort, South Carolina? Or is it?
No, Beaufort.
Okay. Coach Quinn says that Chisholm is a young talent coming from South Carolina. He is related to Jaheim Hazel. He's an explosive athlete with tremendous growth potential. He brings speed and playmaking agility. He's a guy who has the tools to find a way to get the field and make an impact early. He also brings a blue-collar work ethic and mentality into the room. It can only be beneficial coming from a newcomer. Of course, Xavion Davis is, he goes by Ziggy. He's a young brother of freshman All-American Quay Davis. He was born in Florida, and he was living in Texas. His size and physicality jump out at you. He will be a road grader who will move whatever is in his tracks. Family is family, and this really means something different to Ziggy here at JSU. So now we have the legacy connection for Ethan Terrell, and then he has Xavion Davis, Devin Love, and Quay Davis, who all played with Ethan Terrell. They all played together. And then we have that family concept going on. Janalian Dupree, he's from Philadelphia, Mississippi. So we're getting Texas players, Florida players, and then we're even getting Georgia players and Mississippi. Very dynamic wide receiver who's also very productive as a returner. You can write that.
So his grandfather is Marcus Dupree. And Marcus Dupree was everything in the state of Mississippi. He's also from Philadelphia High School, Philadelphia, Mississippi. We talking about, if you got to watch ESPN 30 for 30, the best that never was, and that was pretty much a documentary about Marcus Dupree. If he got the genes like his granddad,
okay,
he's gonna be a good one.
Okay. Hopefully Nugget comes on the show soon. Nugget, we're waiting on you. Okay, let me get back to some of these recruits.
Yeah.
Devin Lafayette. I think he left, right? Is Devin still here? Or is that one of the ones that left? I want to say,
I don't know.
I want to say, is it Devin or I know Ferrari is no longer at the school. I want to say, I think Devin went somewhere else.
They say he left.
And so we replaced him with the safety Jeremy Cook, 3-star. So I'm not going to talk about Devin Lafayette. Okay, so we'll go to the next one. Once again, that's the way it happens in football. You may start out as a front runner. You might sign a student, and then they decide to leave.
I'm looking at. Sorry. While she's in the podcast portal over here, I think her battery might have died or something. I don't know of that sort. But Ghana Ferrari, Adrian Owens he called himself Ferrari. He's the linebacker that came from Hutchinson Community College. From what I heard, he is no longer on the team, or they told him that he didn't need to come. And so basically, I feel like, TC is looking at quality also besides quantity. So hopefully we have
I'm back.
I held it down for you for a second.
Cam Newton, I'm back. No, you know what it is? It's this setup, which is I got so much stuff plugged up. We don't really know why he left, but he did. So,
yeah, he left. He's gone. So he's
gone.
Just like Willie said, leave him in the past.
So we don't know necessarily the circumstances. We just know that he's no longer with us. Okay, Devin Love is okay. So this was a flip because Devin was originally crystal balled elsewhere, and that was some more Louis luggage that came along with Ethan Terrell and Ziggy. Is Louis luggage Devin Love. He's a 3-star offensive line prospect. Combination of power and explosiveness as a high school offensive lineman is what makes him dynamic, but most importantly, his maturity and football knowledge. Devin is before his time. Mind you, the other offensive lineman that was working with or on the same line is, of course, Devin Love and then Ziggy Davis and Quay Davis. They're all on the same offensive line. Quay Davis, as a true freshman, was able to become, was it first team All-American?
First team FCS
And he
freshman
ended up
All-American
starting for Jackson State. Okay.
Yep.
All right. Y'all got to correct me if some of these folks are no longer here, okay? Yeah. Courtney Lyles. I love our offensive line. And let me say this. I don't feel like our offensive line, like the players who were recruited to Jackson State, a lot of them either have Mississippi ties or they have extra ties to Jackson State outside of just who recruited them. And then when you have Coach Manny Ramirez with that resume coming in as the offensive line coach, I mean, I don't feel like there's any drop off, right?
I don't think it is.
Especially with all of that experience that Coach Manny Ramirez has under his belt, not only just the NFL, but at the FBS level at Texas Southern. I don't feel like any of the student athletes feel like, well, I need to transfer out because Coach J.O. is no longer there. Fabulous recruiting on Coach J.O.'s part. I also think some of that recruiting has to do with the players on the team and them being able to also recruit, which is really big. So Courtney Lyles, hometown kid who went to Provine High School. He worked really hard to change his body and develop while in JUCO. His positional flexibility makes him a big asset to the offensive line room. He has filmed at all 5 positions. He's the true definition of getting it out the mud, a true worker that embraces the grind. Richard Mays is a wide receiver from Ridgeland, Mississippi. So you're going to see a lot of, which I love, which is the students coming back to their roots, which is Jackson State University, whereas they might have chosen a different school to go to. They chose Jackson State. Hometown heroes. Mays is a very explosive wide receiver. He was very productive in high school and at JUCO. His mom and grandmother both graduated from Jackson State University. He has the ability to be an inside and outside wide receiver, which makes him a matchup nightmare. Tony, why are you saying, What's that mean?
That's I'm not just saying that sounds good to me. Nothing wrong. I just like what I heard.
Okay. Tony McCray is a defensive back, Georgia State. He's originally from Clarksdale, Mississippi. So a lot of these players that went out of state or to other schools, they are not, I don't think there is a Black kid in the state of Mississippi that doesn't know about Jackson State, Alcorn State, and Valley. Especially Clarksdale. What's Clarksdale? That's near Valley, ain't it?
The Delta it's closer to Memphis than to Valley.
Oh, okay. Clarksdale. So Coach Quinn, and as we know, Coach Quinn had the #1 regular season interceptions or passing defense was #1 preseason. Or no, not preseason, excuse me, regular season.
Mm-hmm.
It says, Tony is local talent who played with our own Zy McDonald. He spent the last 2 years at Georgia State. He felt it was an underwhelming experience for him and is looking for a new home. He brings scrappy playmaking ability and competitive edge that pops out on tape and brings more experience to our room. He can make an immediate impact through his elite coverage ability. Okay, so he's bringing in some experienced DBs, some DBs out the Do you see that next DB right there?
What's the name?
Robert McDaniel.
Oh yeah, Alcorn. Oh, he gave us fits. He gave. Look, if y'all did not watch that last game against Alcorn,
how you gonna give us fits and then come to Jackson State?
He gave us fits. He gave
Not
us
us stealing the DB that gave us fits.
that man gave us the blues. I'm just saying.
Do y'all
I'm just
see
saying.
that? DB, and then the next section it says Alcorn State. So Robert McDaniel is from Jackson, Mississippi. And he decided to come back home. Coach Quinn on McDaniel. Rob McDaniel is an HBCU All-American from Alcorn State. He is lengthy and strong defensive back. He brings a physical presence to the room, great coverage ability. He will add a blue-collar work ethic to the room and be someone to turn to this season. He was valued both at corner and safety, making him a versatile addition for us. Not us stealing him. Okay, somebody said he started out at JSU, then went to Alcorn. Now he's back at JSU. You doing a little bit too much hopping in and out, but welcome to the team, Mr. McDaniel. Next, Brandon Mitchell, DB. So we re-upped at DB, running back. We got a lot of corners. Did you see that many linebackers?
I really didn't see too many linebackers in this
Maybe
class.
we'll see a little bit more in April.
More likely, yeah.
He's great talent on both sides of the ball. He's an uber athletic ball player, and this is Brandon Mitchell from Middle College High School in Memphis, Tennessee. He runs track, pops out on tape. He brings a tremendous upside to the team as a whole. Being that he is dynamic as he is, he will be a rangy player for us in the backfield, and if needed, can let loose on offense. Good. Another DB. Listen, DBU, no fly zone, okay? No fly zone. Joshua is a highly decorated player as he was one of the top prospects in New Jersey, a 3-star. He's transferring from Western Michigan where he played in 11 games. He does a great job of playing physically on the edge in the run game and against tight ends. Josh has also shown that he generates a good pass rush. He should be a great addition to our room.
Not Josh Noble.
Yeah. He's from Blackwood, New Jersey.
Okay.
Playing at Western Michigan, and he's the defensive end. So I have just a quick question. So tight end wise, we have Sebastian St. Louis still on the roster, Jency Riley. Who else do we have at tight end? Because Hayden Hagler left, and then DJ Stevens left. That makes us down to
Jency. Jace Ward.
Okay. I remember Chase.
Forgot who else we have for tight end, but I put it out there for my man. If you want to win, put Jency in.
Granny Ann says defense wins championships. We need a proven defensive coordinator. It didn't bother me that he left. He didn't do hardly any blitzing. If they make the right hire, that's good he left.
Well, he really didn't do too much blitzing like that. And I mean, one of the time we see him blitz is when we had when Isaac Peppers was coming either off the edge or straight up the gap for the blitz. I say whoever we get as a defensive coordinator is
right
going to be. I'm not saying it'll be 10 times better, but like I said, we also have to realize too that we were almost thin at certain spots on our defense, like linebackers and defensive line.
But I didn't see us bringing in. I seen us bring in. Okay, here we got a linebacker here from Hutch Community College.
That's Adrian Owens.
Yep, he's from Houston, Texas. Houston, Texas, stand up. Hey, Texas Southern.
That's Ferrari though.
Oh, okay. Bye, Texas Southern. Bye. Bye, Ferrari.
Somebody clip that.
Bye.
Somebody clip that.
Next.
There.
Next. All right.
Right.
Y'all, excuse me. Okay, Antonio Ross Jr., offensive lineman from Jackson, Mississippi. Imagine that, getting a 3-star hometown prospect from Hartsfield Academy in Flowood. Our offensive line is stacked like library books. Pancake. I need to pull that up. Where's my little pancake picture? Because that's what it's going to be. IHOP. If you're listening to this live, we need an NIL deal for our whole offensive line because they're going to be serving nothing but breakfast. Uh-oh. Someone said JSU blitzed more than we realized. It just wasn't working. No, we realized when we was getting blitzed, the linebackers wasn't able to. When JSU was blitzing, the linebackers was not able to pick up. And it was atrocious. We still have some dogs on the team, though. And you know what? I think it was the scheme that we were running. Not necessarily, we had the personnel. It was the schemes we were running. I absolutely hated the 3-3-5. Ethan Terrell is a legacy. Dual threat quarterback, has thrown for over 4,900 yards and 43 touchdowns in high school. Several of his family members, including his mom, graduated from Jackson State University. His grandfather and his uncles played for the football team. So, yeah.
His pedigree is crazy that his head coach, he passed him up in wins and passing yards. His head coach, but I think his head coach had 17 wins as a starter for Louisville High School.
Mm-hmm.
And Ethan doubled that because he actually has either 31 or 32 wins as a high school quarterback.
Right. So, Travis Terrell, wide receiver from Fairburn, Georgia. Coach O, he helped lead, says on Terrell, he helped lead his team to the finals in Class 5A of Georgia high school football. Dynamic football player with exceptional intelligence and moxie on and off the field. His skill set will be used in a multitude of ways during his tenure at JSU. He possesses excellent vision, burst, and an uncanny feel for the game, allowing him to play it with pace and control while making plays. Sadiq Thompson is a DB from Jones College. He's from Moss Point, Mississippi. He's local talent coming from Jones College. He went to Moss Point High School. He's lengthy, has great movement skills, and is a willing tackler. His unique blend of coverage ability and athleticism makes him a big-time find. He fits our team because he has the makeup of what we want in the room moving forward. Tough is all about football and brings a competitive edge. And to that point, how many players do we have in the Legacy Bowl? Is it 5 or 4? I think it's 5. 5. And how many of them are DBs?
Jaheim is the only DB.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so everybody else is Deontay Graham, is DJ, is Jaheim Hazel.
Why do they keep saying bring Coach Hendricks back?
Because actually Coach Hendricks was a good defense coordinator when he was here. He was a good defensive coordinator. I would say that. Oh yeah, John Huggins. I forgot John Huggins was selected too.
And just to let you guys know, Usher has made an announcement that he will be making a special I guess it might be in honor of Black History Month, right?
Right.
That he's making a special tribute to HBCUs. I think that's great, right?
I like it.
Okay. So I'm obviously gonna have to clip this stuff or mute it. But I can still play it now, even though I have to mute it later.
Are you monetized?
Yeah.
Right now? Okay.
I'll just mute it later.
Vegas, the odds-on favorite for first song is OMG, his collaboration with will.i.am. Usher also teasing this. A Super Bowl shout-out to historically Black colleges and universities. So will we see some kind of flavor? I can't give you everything.
Well, I'm just asking.
But I'm just saying this.
Oh, okay. So y'all heard that.
I like that.
I like that too. That's gonna
I
be
like that too.
some HBCU flavor. Is that for Black History Month?
I think so.
Well, okay, sure.
Hey, I will say this though. I will say this and throw a little bit of shade to the Rattlers. I know a Division II school had a better recruiting class than y'all.
Wait,
and he
what?
said he still got stuff up his sleeve.
Who?
Coach Teddy Keaton over at Clark Atlanta.
What did they rank in at?
Well, they Division II, so they rank. I don't know what they ranked in at, but all I know is my man got all. Well, he was at Allen University last year. So
how do you know FAMU? How do you know FAMU's at the Super Bowl? He act like he just know everything. How he know FAMU's at the Super Bowl? Mr. Campbell ain't said nothing about that.
Mr. Campbell, he ain't hit me up about that.
All right. So let me go ahead
and Lord.
Okay. So I did the poll on who could possibly be the defensive coordinator. 41% said hire within. 26% said hire Dennis Thurman. 16% said hire Coach Dancy. 15% said hire Ed Reed. My question is now, should we hire that we forgot Coach Washington? Hey, Mr. Ford.
Hey.
Mr. Ford, did you see the recruits for Clark Atlanta?
Yeah. Your man did a great job, and he brought 10 boys from Allen, right?
Yep.
Yeah, he did, and so did Chennis Berry. Chennis Berry brought in a number of boys from Benedict to go to South Carolina State.
He bought 10.
Yeah, to my Chennis.
So my only question is this, which I mean, it's a fair question, right? So Chennis Berry, he enters the transfer portal and goes from Benedict College to South Carolina State.
Just down the road.
Right, just down the road, right? And so, everybody's kind of like looking at his recruiting and they're congratulating him. And then he takes 10 players from Benedict College and has them at South Carolina State. But now you have Teddy Keaton. He's taken is it his former players from Allen?
Yeah, from Allen. Yeah.
And he's taking them over to Clark Atlanta, and we patting them on the back. But when Coach Deion Sanders takes his players from his former team, we call it poaching.
I'm sorry, you said when Deion Sanders took the players?
Yeah, we called it poaching. So is Coach Keaton poaching his players from from Allen.
Nah,
No.
I think most of his players already knew when he made that decision to go to Clark that they was going to follow him wherever he go because Coach Keaton actually brought that program up from nothing at Allen. So I think it's well deserved, and especially since he got a quarterback now, which was his quarterback at Allen University, who is the leading passer in the conference. Then bring him over to Clark. I think they are more than ready to say we are going to invest in football, and it has to take you know you got to take. It took that one person, that one coach, to say we need to invest in football. Now, on the other hand, I did see some things for Morehouse with Coach Terrence Mathis. Hopefully, he's on that same route, that same path to say we need to be invested in football. Now, I did see some renderings, and I don't know if you saw this, Mr. Ford, if you've seen it, that Morehouse had renderings of building a new either building or renovating their football stadium, adding the other side, or building a whole new football stadium with a new student athletic center. So I'm looking at it like this. Gotta be you gotta be mindful, and you want to be able to invest in your programs. So if you're not going to invest in your programs,
it's technically not poaching. Ugh.
It is not.
I know
It's the
most
game of football.
said if I leave, there are a few players who will also come with me. Gardner Webb's head coach took like 25 to 30 players to ETSU with him. LOL. Damn, 30 players? You just take the whole damn team.
Yeah, they ain't. Well, and it's the business of college football.
Oh, y'all. What? Okay, so now let's talk about the Super Bowl real quick, and then
go ahead.
We done. All right. Super Bowl Sunday.
I don't give a care about either team.
Wait a minute. Wait, they're streaming it on CBS? Okay, wait.
Yeah.
Okay. So we all know that the Cowboys choke every year, so you know shouldn't have a secondary team anyway, because the Cowboys never get to the Super Bowl. Never. I was a kid when that happened. I think I was less than 10 years old.
You know what? I'm not gonna go there.
What it was 95?
90? 95 was the last time we went to the Super Bowl. I was a junior in high school.
Oh my goodness, I wasn't even in the 5th grade.
I wasn't even a junior. I was a sophomore in high school. But anyway, let's get back to it. We're not going to talk about that because we
are going to talk
about the Panthers.
No, we're not going to. I ever since they did what they did to Cam Newton.
Right.
McCaffrey is on the 49ers, getting ready to go to the Super Bowl. Baker Mayfield almost made it. Like, the team players, or the players that were on that team, the Panthers team, have gone on to do great things.
Luke Kuechly ain't even playing. He's in the front office.
Blue said, I wasn't even born. Yeah. So, Jamon Hughes to coaching staff. He already expressed interest. How do you know who don't express interest? This thing just dropped 3 hours ago. Former teammate of current DB coach Terenzo Quinn, Defensive Player of the Year, and former Home Central defensive coach, Jamon Hughes. First, are you Jamon Hughes? Because how are you expressing interest? This just dropped like 2 hours ago.
That's Norris Powell.
Huh?
I don't know about no Jamon Hughes. I don't know who he is.
Did he used to go to Mississippi State? Hale State? Like who? Like, whoa, wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Hey man, don't be dropping the news on us like this. We trying to talk about the Super Bowl.
I know. I'm like, who is this person? Oh, I can't find anything where it talks about it, but dang, like how you just gonna say that? How does he express interest? And it's not even all the way confirmed, it's just alleged that our defensive coordinator is leaving. Okay, I wasn't able to find anything.
Hold on, Dr. D was asking what was in my red cup. What was in my red cup was a wide punch.
There wasn't any liquor with it. He used to play at
Not
MSU.
this time.
I already had it pulled up that he works for or he used to play for Mississippi State. That's why I said it. But Mr. Norris Powell, the internet doesn't wait for anybody. So if you type in his name and then you type in football coach, it should pop up. And as of right now, on that quick little search that I did, it didn't pop up. But if you would like to share it in the comments, I'll be happy to pull it up. Thank you, sir. I used to have a little liquor in my Mr. Pure at work. Whoa.
Hey, this is Hawaiian punch. Now, you would never see me go on live, either inebriated or fried out of my mind. You'll never see me do that.
Are you talking about like why we have a live?
Yeah.
Okay.
But
it's telling me about his career, not about his coaching. Thank you, sir. Why is top check pick upside down? Who? He must be drunk. I will go online drinking, not faking it like Shannon Sharp. Uh-oh. He said Shannon Sharp drinking some cognac.
Hey, I'm sorry, but Shannon Sharp has been on a whole new tear since he left Undisputed. Like for real. For real. He has been on a whole new tear.
They're basically changing the game and showing you how you can successfully have a podcast and not all the glitz, glam, and glamour from
all the screaming.
He literally has 3 or 4 cameras set. You know, it's not all that extra stuff.
So my podcast that I watch, faithfully, one would be, of course, in the HBCU world, it would be yours because you are my partner. you know what I'm saying? We started it. In fact, let's give the whole year. You've been doing this for a whole year now.
Yay!
Yes. I just thought about this. My homie right here, my partner in crime right here, has been doing podcasting for a whole year. The first time you came on, you was scared because you didn't know how to take the criticism, or I don't know about criticism, but it
was more so like you're literally
nervousness
talking to a camera, but you're talking to hundreds of people.
Right.
So I got the graphic stuff down and the trolling. I had that all under.
That's you. That's you. I don't. That's you. Me. If I troll, I troll in peace, and I leave that up to you. If it's the graphics, when we had our Saturday night stuff, it's up to you. Unless I just say I'm just gonna do the graphic. But for almost the whole year, y'all, this lady right here has been busting her ass, and she has been doing a great job at it. I don't want to take full credit for this because the simple fact that she did jump on my stream and we collaborated in doing this together. But she has been doing this and she's been doing it very well. Even when we went to Birmingham And it's like we have a chemistry that we, you know, even though I'm in Texas, she's in the Carolinas, we have a actual chemistry of how we do our show. And it's, you know, she gonna come with facts. I'm gonna come with like the real stuff that I know as far as when it comes to sports. When it comes to, you know, politics, that's her lane. That's her lane. When it comes to history, that's me and Mr. Ford's lane right there. So it's a dynamic that we have, and I don't think that it would never be broken. And so even when we decide to say we're gonna go back to Birmingham again this coming up summer, you're gonna see the same dynamic that we had last summer.
Right.
You might see me. I might be 30 pounds slimmer because I was a big ass dude this past summer. I was look, ma'am, I was riding 320 this past year.
Do you know what today is? It's my anniversary. Oh, anniversary.
But if you know, but it was so much fun, and you know what I'm saying, just having you with, you know, with the experience, you know, getting the experience and stuff like that. I love you. You my homie. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you, Doc. That really means a lot to me.
This dynamic would never change right here. And so, first and foremost, we got to get back onto our Saturday night routine. I know I work a lot. We got to get back on Saturday night routine.
You begin Saturday at like 10 o'clock.
Saturdays now.
Like today, so today is what is today? Today is Friday, right?
Friday.
Braxton just got picked up by his dad. I'm mad because he got picked up late. I was supposed to go get my crab boil, but hopefully I can get my crab boil tomorrow. Love you, Miss Veronica. Doc, I do want to thank you for allowing me to come on your show and learn how to use the StreamYard and then branch off and start, you know, doing shows about other things in the HBCU realm. This is a great dynamic. I think it's a great way for us to just have conversations about anything HBCU, and I love it. We can do some Saturdays.
I ain't gonna say all Saturdays.
I ain't gonna do all Saturdays, you know, because I be trying to be outside a little bit sometimes. I like to be outside.
Okay, well, you young, you can be outside. I'm a homebody though. I'm a homebody
too. That's why I did it for so long. We literally were doing it every Saturday and be on there for 3 hours talking about X, Y, and Z. But you know, I am, you know, I'm single. I might want to go listen to the live band or something. Go see a movie every once in a while. You know,
well,
every single Saturday night. Good Lord.
So for those that do not know now, I am newly single again. So for those that don't know, Dr. B gonna come in. Hey, doctor, we need some work for
the wall.
Put the banners up here, yeah, because I am so for those that don't know, and I really don't say too much of my business out like that. But
right.
I've been single for like the last, couple of months. I've been in my apartment since really July. So, I'm trying to do things. I'm back on my own, so I'm pretty much starting all over again. The ball and chain was never there because I was never married.
Right. You ain't okay. First of all, you're not going to be telling all your business on here.
I ain't telling all my business.
It ain't nobody.
I'm gonna tell you like this. I've been divorced for 4 years. That's
single,
it.
Ready to mingle. Miss Veronica is single.
Oh yeah.
Lord, we got the singles in the chat. Doc dropped the ball and chain. I don't know what that means. So,
I like what Jerome just said to us. Call us the goats.
thank you, Jerome. Listen, I think is Ken Clark on?
Yeah, he should be on a little bit.
Okay,
I
so
had hit him up earlier.
yeah, we can ready go to the Ken Clark show because I know they got the inside deets for this. Allegedly, yeah, they got the deets. So I'm gonna drop that in the chat and we can head on over to Ken Clark. Thank you guys so much for tuning in tonight because it was one of them last minute type of deals. But
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna do the women's basketball game.
So I'll be at work from 12 to 8 tomorrow, but I'm probably gonna go in.
The
early,
Valley game's tomorrow, right?
Right. I will
I don't know. After Jackson State men lost to FAMU, I was like, what if we lose to Valley?
Nah, I don't think we'll lose to Valley. Are we in Valley?
FAMU and yes, we're in Valley.
It's a tough place to play, but it's a tough place to play. But I think we'll come out with a dub tomorrow. So I'll be at work. I'm leaving early, so I'm gonna get off at 7, so I can have a show for tomorrow night.
I'm gonna be. I won't be.
You go out there.
I can't even promise you that I'm gonna be available at 7 o'clock.
Go out there and trot the streets. I ain't worried about you.
Yeah, my son gone. I didn't know.
We ain't worried about you. Go out there and trot the streets.
No, I'm gonna do homework tomorrow and go get my crab boil, and then Super Bowl Sunday.
I get off at 5 for Sunday. I actually get going in early for work on Sunday, so I get off at 5. I go in at 9 in the morning, so I get home and cook and watch the Super Bowl.
Right.
And then this weekend or for next weekend, I will be at a skate party because next Saturday is Peyton's birthday. So she's turning 9 next Saturday. So I will be dusting off my knees, putting some WD-40 on them, and putting some skates on. Okay. And the ex-wife will be taking care of the photos. Hey, she ex-wife. But we are cordial. We cordial. We co-parent.
That's good. It says the way we play sometimes I wouldn't be surprised. Ooh. Lord. You know what? Let's go to Ken Clark. We shutting it down, y'all. We shutting it down. We shutting it down. Y'all have a good night.
Be easy, y'all.
Oh, God.